I shot 100 times and you talking to me crazy. You want to get shot at 100 more times?
Y'all big homie dead. I'm supposed to be sad and shit. Like, what the f?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, some of us been living under a rock, and I'm gonna say some of us, including myself, because I should have did a story on this. It was too much going on, but I see a lot of people asking about how Soulja Boy and Paper Route Empire, Dolph and Glock, how they even begin beefing with each other. So I be seeing y'all in the comments. Sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. Even whether I respond or not, just know I'm in the comments. But it be too much ignorance sometimes. People purposely playing, and it's just too much. But anyway, if you didn't know where the Soulja Boy and Paper Route Empire beef actually stemmed from, this is a video I'm gonna do breaking down how Soulja Boy ended up in his back and forth beef with Glock and Young Dolph, which led to Soulja Boy saying that he's gonna put $100,000 on Young Dolph's head in the Instagram live video a few days before Dolph was actually murdered. Alright, which is strange. Not because I actually think Soulja Boy did it or had anything to do with Dolph's murder, but strange in the sense that Soulja Boy may be looked at as a suspect himself. Alright, now before we get into all that, man, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest gangs on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Now, first off, shouts out to everybody that's been rocking with us since the beginning. We are currently at 39,000 subscribers, and I'm sure by the end of this week, maybe we'll probably be definitely reaching 40,000 subscribers. I just want to show my appreciation to y'all, and the reason being is because we not sitting here beefing with anybody. We not going back and forth with anybody trying to clout chase for no subs or views or mentioning names every day. None of that. We literally continue growing and growing simply off of having our own opinions and creating an environment for us to share how we feel without being antagonized for it. So shouts out to y'all. I had to throw that out there. I appreciate y'all. Now let's get into it. Now, when it comes to the whole Soulja Boy versus Paper Route Empire feud, this back and forth came out of nowhere. And if you was like me when it first occurred, I wasn't paying it no mind because I feel Soulja Boy was just being typical Soulja Boy, just hyping up a situation to get clout off and stay relevant. All right. However, it was all fun and games until Young Dolph was actually killed, and Soulja Boy then put out a song called Stretch Some a day after the news broke that Young Dolph was shot and murdered on the south side of Memphis. Now, as much as Soulja Boy tried to act like the song been out or been supposed to come out, and he didn't mean to offend anybody by it, right? We all know Soulja Boy is lying, and he thought it was going to make him look cool, but it ended up backfiring on him. Alright, anyway, here's where all this stemmed from. Now, even though I feel like Glock may have started all this back and forth, I'm gonna say that by taking a shot at Soulja Boy, I do think that maybe it was all fun and games, right? But however, Soulja Boy, being who he is, took that as a perfect opportunity to go on his typical rant and make it more than what it was. So it all started when Glock came out with his latest project, Yellow Tape 2, and used the 3D billboard to promote. At the time, Glock wasn't the first person in the world, but, you know, to my knowledge, he was the first rapper I've actually seen with a 3D billboard. Now, other companies in China was the first I've seen do it. However, when Glock's billboard came out to the public, he took to his Twitter to say this, quote, "A, at Soulja Boy, I don't want to hear ish. I'm the first trapper with a 3D billboard. And yes, I really be driving that mob, you know, like this. Hashtag Yellow Tape." Now, once again, it was all fun and games. And you could tell that Glock was being funny, being that Soulja Boy has this whole, I was the first rapper to do this and that thing going on, right? Now, after that, Soulja Boy took the golden opportunity to not only respond, but go live on Instagram and be a little more disrespectful in his response, accusing Glock of stealing his style in reference to the whole Yellow Tape idea and concept. putting his cars and everything in yellow and etc. He said this, quote, "So how it started off, I said I'm finna paint all my cars yellow. I got the yellow Lamborghini Urus, I got the yellow Bentleys, yellow Ferraris," end quote. He's basically indicating that Key Glock stole his whole style pertaining to the Yellow Tape project. Keep in mind that young Dolph had nothing to do with any of this and wasn't even responding to Soulja Boy at first, right? Until Soulja Boy started getting even more disrespectful on that same live, and he said this, quote, "Man, young Dolph, if you don't get your B-word, A-word artists out my mouth and DM N-word. F you talking about N-word. N-word thought he was bulletproof until he got shot like Dolph, N-word. Ain't you the N-word that got shot at 100 times, that got popped and shot all them times?" End quote. Now, that's where Soulja Boy took it a little too far, in my opinion. He took one little thing with Key Glock and turned it into a whole big situation. Not to mention, you don't mention any street situations that don't even pertain to you. And that's just me. Whether you playing or not, you do not play like that. And honestly, I don't know what Soulja be doing, but it's clear that he be on some type of drugs. One minute he has that energy where he's going at everybody. Next minute he don't have that energy. He's apologizing. He's doing this. It's like he just be going the extra mile all the time with dudes for no apparent reason. Alright, knowing that he's not even on that type of time. I remember the time Casanova 2 times had to check him, and he did not have that energy at all.
You screamed at a lady, you bugging the out, homie. You bugging out, you got shit all over your face, you bugging out, you high, you snap.
Alright, and it's guys like that who are dangerous because they'll get you all riled up and tricking you out your position, all for what? Soulja Boy? Alright, but anyway, after those words came from Soulja Boy's mouth, it's clear that now the situation took a left turn for the worse. Now Soulja Boy continued taking shots at Paper Route Empire, this time more so focusing on young Dolph. He says this, quote, "Y'all B-word, A-word, and N-words better get out my DMs. F Paper Route, F Key Glock, F young Dolph, F y'all N-words," end quote. Now in the midst of all this, young Dolph took to his Instagram story to say this, quote, "How the F I'm an independent artist and getting 100 racks plus for a show," end quote. Then he also added, quote, "How the F Key Glock got more cars and ice than you and your CEO," end quote. Now, Dolph wasn't being direct about who he was talking about, but many can already assume that those were subliminal shots taken at Soulja Boy. Now, Soulja Boy felt the same as he took offense and responded to a DJ Academic repost on Instagram of young Dolph saying what he said. Soulja quickly responded in the comments saying this, quote, "That's big cap. They signed to Empire. I'm really 100% independent, no cap." Now, this is where things got interesting because that's when Soulja Boy decided to go live again, stating, quote, "This N-word mad because he signed to a mother effing label, mother effing record deal, and his whole thing is I'm independent, I'm independent. I'm independent, N-word, did I lie? You signed to Empire." So now, when the Paper Route artist who came out exposing Empire saying that Dolph went to Ghazi asking to put 50% into Empire because he wants to buy into, Empire and have 50%. This is where it stemmed from. Now, Dolph's whole gimmick was that he's an independent artist and doing better than most rappers that are signed. So when Soulja Boy threw that curveball out there, that's what made Dolph take things a little further and try to buy 50% of Empire. But what people don't understand is this: a record deal and a distribution deal is two different things. Yes, you're getting some help, but with the distribution deal, you don't have a label telling you what to do and controlling you and telling you when or when you cannot put out your own music. That's what they do with a record deal. That's the difference. But this is what the Paper Route artist is saying led to Dolph's untimely death, because he was killed 4 days later of trying to buy 50% of Empire. Now, shortly after Soulja Boy and Paper Route had this back and forth, Dolph gets killed 5 to 6 days later, right? Soulja Boy, being who Soulja Boy is, trying to chase clout, he puts out a record called Stretch Zone. Now, at this point, it's clear what Soulja Boy is trying to do, and he begins to receive backlash immediately for it, and even had Atlanta's own Trouble DTE call him out for trying to insinuate anything by putting out a song called Stretch Some the day after Dolph was killed. Now, Trouble said this, quote, "I like all the little silly-ish Soulja Boy be doing time to time. It's entertainment, I get it. Don't be, P, A word, N word, and drop no song called Stretch Some the next day as if you got active in my dog losing his life though. That's HOE-ish, little bruh, and you know what's up with me," end quote. Now, Soulja Boy then replied saying that, quote, "That song been out, but what you want to do, N-word? You sound tough as hell on the N-word. F you talking about N-word." Then he proceeded to call Trouble a police, A-word, N-word. Now, when y'all hear me say N-word and A-word, y'all gotta bear with me because YouTube and their guidelines is crazy. They'll flag the video and it's not gonna get no views and no nothing like that. So just bear with me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Once again, though, Soulja Boy knew exactly what he was doing by putting that song out. If you ask me, he know what he was insinuating, and whether the song been out or not, that wasn't the time to promote it. Right? And by promoting it at that exact time, he knew exactly what he was doing and trying to insinuate. But the problem is he expected to, I guess, be cool or get some type of cool points, but instead he received a lot of backlash from it. So it kind of backfired. Now, the part that baffles me about all of this is the fact that Soulja Boy kind of made all of this go left himself. He started this, right? It was all fun and games. And he just took it somewhere far. Like, we see him apologizing. We see him trying to dead everything with Paper Route, Jay Fizzle, and Snoop Band so far. But the problem is he's acting one way behind the scenes and another way in public. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I get it. It's all a part of his little marketing scheme and whatever. However, there has to be a line drawn. It has to be. He's sitting here saying F this one, F that one, he's a B word, he's this and that. But whole time he's not really like that. And he's confusing street stuff with industry stuff. Like, I get it, it's a part of your marketing and you know you don't really mean it, but at the same time you really saying some real things that could get people in trouble. You really saying some things that could force people to be tempted to do something to you when they see you. Or because you want to play around and just be relevant in clout chase. You see what I'm saying? He's just looking to get a response. But sometimes the response you get may not be the one you really want. And matter of fact, now that I think about it, right? When Soulja Boy went live, he called himself putting 100K on Young Dolph's head, right? Now, if you pay attention, Young Dolph actually died a few days later, and allegedly they're saying that one of the suspects actually said that it was money put on Dolph's head. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm no rocket scientist or anything, but shouldn't that make Soulja Boy a clear suspect? You see what I'm saying? See, like, he playing around not knowing that he could get himself in something bigger than he even understands, but he's playing around. But at the same time, you make yourself look like a suspect when you put money on somebody's head, and that we all seen you do. You put money on somebody's head and the man end up dying a couple days later. Now that goes for anybody out there, man. If you sitting out there talking about a crime or you hinting like you got some type of involvement in it when you really don't, that could get you in a whole situation that you're not even prepared for. And honestly speaking, now that I think about it, I don't see how he even isn't being looked at as a suspect now that I think about it. Now, of course, I highly doubt that he has anything to do with it. However, making claims like he's putting money on someone had to be killed and for the person to actually die, that's enough ground for him to be accused, if you ask me. I don't know. He just better watch it, man. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I think we covered the start of the whole Soulja Boy versus Paper Route Empire beef. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Once again, as details emerge concerning the Dolph's case, I will keep you guys updated. But in the meantime, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping, and I'm out.